The Lakers are back in the winning column after defeating the Philadelphia 76ers on Friday night, 116-106, and defeating the Toronto Raptors last night, 123-103. Here we go again. Deondre Hawks with the Lakers Talk Daily, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic and head over to Pechanga Resort Casino, just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. This is what the Lakers needed to do. Come back home, scratch off that road trip, the 1-4 road trip, brush it off. It's time to move on. So the only thing we need to do is move forward and regroup and get our minds back. And that's what they did on Friday night. They took care of business against the Philadelphia 76ers. We already seen JJ Redick make a tweak in the rotation. He put Cam Reddish in the starting role and moved Deondre Russell to the bench. I see it as a positive thing doing that. The response from Deondre Russell has been quite well, and it's a good sign seeing him move forward and being able to handle adversity and being able to take responsibility and ownership. Like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind moving to the bench if it helps us win games. And Cam Reddish is what they need right now in that starting role. He plays hard defensively. He makes the effort. He gets on the 50-50 balls. He rebounds really well. He picks up guys 94 feet. And we've seen the difference already within that Friday night game when he was in that starting rotation. And it was good for Deondre Russell to come off the bench. He shot the ball relatively well. He came in and provided that scoring that the bench missed on that 5-game road trip. And it's a good seeing how he responded, because last year when that same thing happened where the Lakers moved Deondre Russell to the bench, he didn't respond well. Yes, he had that spurt where he went off for 2 months and shot the ball really well, but you can tell he was not comfortable with the decision. This time, he understands that has not been playing well. He understands that he's got comfortable on defense and that he's going back and reverted back to his old habits. But we've been seeing that we see a different Deondre Russell, and it's a great sign to see. That Friday night game was incredible. I said it in the episode on Friday that the Lakers need to dominate the paint. They had 54 points in the paint. They won the rebounding battle. They got to the free throw line. Anthony Davis was dominant once again with another 30-point scoring night. And it's a beautiful sign to see that they brushed off that road trip and they got back into the winning column. They got back in transition defense. They were getting on the 50-50 balls. And it was great to see a complete game, a whole game where they went from start to finish and didn't look back. The game last night, the Toronto Raptors came out and the Lakers didn't seem to match their intensity. They came out that first half. The Toronto Raptors got up within 2 at half. And then that third quarter started, you already seen that the energy did not come again to start up that third quarter. Then the Lakers bounced back and they closed the game out and they did not look back. But they got to be able to have high level of energy and effort through the start of the game. And that's the biggest story I feel right now with the Lakers, is that they don't match other teams' intensity. They don't come out there and punch teams in the mouth real early. It takes them a little bit to get going. And Anthony Davis is that provider. He is that energy. He is that force to be reckoned with. He's the one that gets them going, that brings the crowd into it. He made a spectacular play, 2 plays. One where he caught the ball mid-post, turned around, and he dunked the ball. And the energy in that place last night was incredible. And then he made another play. Unfortunately, he ended up getting hurt, and we'll find out more information as far as how the injury to Anthony Davis is. We know right now that it is an eye injury. He did a spectacular block on the Raptors center, Jaxson, and it was an incredible block, a great defensive play. But that game when Anthony Davis got hurt, you expected it to be a drop-off. And I was worried that there was going to be a drop-off. Where are we going to get the scoring from? Because the offense right now is primarily ran through Anthony Davis. And I'll tell you why there wasn't a drop-off. I'll tell you how they were able to figure it out without Anthony Davis on the floor, off the floor. And I'll tell you all that after a quick word from our partners at Pechanga Resort Casino.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
So I mentioned that Anthony Davis was he came out the game after a spectacular block on the Raptors center Jakob Poeltl. It was an incredible play. He recovered back after helping out one of his defenders, and he did not return to the game. And I teased that there was no drop off, and the reason for that is because Jaxson Hayes played a big role coming in. He played a big role. He stepped up when it was needed. He was getting he won the rebounding battle against Jakob Poeltl. He was flying around. He had a lot of energy in that game, and that's what the Lakers needed. They needed him. They needed no drop off. The scoring did come through a lot of other players. Austin Reaves had a big scoring night. It was good to see him finally getting in the rhythm, letting the offense come to him. Early on in the game, he's looked for the fouls. We don't need that. We don't need you to look for fouls. We need you to just be a scorer. We need you to come off the screens, be efficient. There's no need to look to for the fouls. You're gonna get to the free throw line. You're going to get to the free throw line. But it was good to see them knock down their shots that second half. The Lakers have been shooting the ball well through these 2 games, and it's good to see them do that at home. The Lakers are undefeated at home, so that means that they're taking care of business at home, and that's a good sign. But going forward, they need to be able to handle business on the road as well. I get it. It was a long road trip, especially early on this season, but they want to have success. They want to be able to sustain success. They got to be able to handle business at home. But one thing we do know is that when you come to Crypto.com Arena, best believe you're going to get the best game out of the Lakers. But I was excited to see Jaxson Hayes step up. We didn't see much of Max Christie, as we know that Cam Reddish has been stepping in, and I don't know if we're going to see Max Christie find a way to get into the rotation. But as of right now, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Cam Reddish. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Deondre Hawks coming off the bench. I get it. They played against a banged-up Philadelphia 76ers team. They played against a Toronto Raptors team who is not that good right now this season. But that's what you got to do. You take care of business. You finish teams off. You beat them, and you move on to the next game. And that's what the Lakers did, and it was good to see them get back into the winning column and get back into the swing of things. How concerned am I about Anthony Davis' injury? I don't know. We'll find. Like I said, we'll get more information as the day goes on. But if he were to miss games, I will explain how that will impact the Lakers going forward, and who will need to step up, who will need to be able to carry the load if Anthony Davis is not able to play going forward. But if he's not, everything is all good. There's no need to panic, Laker fans. I feel like the Lakers are getting the rhythm back. They got another game at home this Wednesday against the Grizzlies. We'll talk more about that in the coming days. But as for another episode, appreciate you guys. What's happening? Stay locked in. Stay tuned.